Panda? What? Okay. Alright, we gotta get Panda some food. This is Panda the Studio Cat. He is an old alley cat. And he makes a lot of noise, as you can hear. And he also sometimes tears the furniture. Oh, but he's a sweet guy. That's my buddy. Oh, hey! How you doing? Come on in! You're here to draw, right? Okay. Hey, I want to show you something real quick. I cleaned up the studio. If you look over here, I've got all my paper organized. This is all clean paper. This is new paper here. And then I've got some projects that I'm working on there. And then I've got a whole bunch of my superheroes and stuff that I found when I was looking for that Japanese cat that I was telling you about. Look at this. He's supposed to have a shield. I don't know. It looks like he could be holding a pizza or something. It's very funny looking. But that's Captain America. I love Captain America. And if you come over here, and you look over here, I've got my pens all organized and my pencils all organized. So you guys inspired me to do something good. And all it took was my daughter mentioning what a mess my studio was. And now, even though it still looks messy, it's very organized. So we're going to draw, okay? I got to get the ladder for you. Come on over. Climb on up that ladder. Come on, you can do it. Okay, just be careful. Up the ladder. Here you go. You can do it. I got you. Alrighty. Okay, we almost got it. We're almost there. Okay, you all settled up there? I think we're ready to draw. Okay, now last time I promised you something. When we were drawing our lucky cat, I promised you that I was going to show you something very special. This is Doraemon. He is a Japanese cartoon character. I had to dig in my walls. That's why I have all those other toys out. Because in the walls of the studio, I've got a whole bunch of toys that I used to have on shelves. So he's a little dirty, but this guy here, as you can see, that's all written in Japanese. He's very, very popular in Japan. He's actually, when we have the Olympics, the Japanese Olympics, he's like the mascot for the whole Olympics. And you'll notice he has a little pocket here. And that pocket, his character came from the future. He's like I don't know what he is, if he's a robot or what. But he can grant wishes. So the little boy that he's helping out, because he's got a character that he helps out, and he kind of sometimes makes his life more difficult. But he can pull anything out of this little pocket. That he pulls out all sorts of things to help the little kid. He also, sometimes he even has a propeller pops out of his head, and he can fly. So he's a very interesting character. I was going to make him talk for you, and the reason his sound box is out is because I realized I don't have batteries. So we're going to have to wait until next time to hear Doraemon talk. And I'm going to ask one of my Japanese friends to let me know what he's saying, because I have no idea what he even says when he talks. But he's very cute, and he laughs a lot. Okay, now on the subject of cats, I don't know whether you can see, I'm in a very black and white mood. Wearing my black and white shoes, wearing a black shirt, wearing a black and white shirt over that, and it made me think of another cat that we could draw. I'm getting stuck on cats. I know we're going to have to do we'll do a different animal. But you may have seen this guy on my shelf. Anyone know who that is? Harvey the cat? No, his name's not Harvey the cat. His name is Felix the cat. You don't see him very much anymore. And this guy is much like Doraemon. He had a thing called the bag of tricks that he used to pull all sorts of cool things out of. And he was a really neat guy. But going back to when he was originally made, see, the ones I watched were made in the 1960s. When he was originally a cartoon character in the movies, he looked more like that. So he didn't have the funky clothes and he didn't have his bag of tricks. He was just a cool little guy. And as you can see, this is kind of beat up. This has always been hanging over my desk because I really like Felix the Cat. So we're going to draw him today. Okay, so I got my paper. Move that out of the way. And we've got Felix. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Felix and tape him down so we have him in the same spot the whole time we're doing this. Okay. Hey guys, Mr. D. Guess what? Yesterday I did a drawing for you, and you know what? I didn't record it right. And I didn't find out until after I was done. And what I did was, well, I'll explain later, but the pencil, you couldn't see the pencil, so I had to fix it. You're still going to see the ink part, where I came from at the end of my pencil drawing that you wouldn't be able to see. And you'll get to see how I ink it. I'll do that real fast toward the end. But let's, I'm using a different camera too, so it should turn out better. I'm going to draw you Felix the Cat. Okay guys, now with my studio all cleaned up, look at the choice of pencils that I have. Oh, it's so cool. I think this is a nice soft lead in this one. So you should be able to see it well. All right, we're going to start off by drawing a circle here for Felix's head. Okay, well, it's more of an oval because it's not a perfect circle. Okay, that's first. Let me make sure it's dark enough too. Oh man, that made me crazy when I watched back. I watched it earlier this evening and went to edit it, and I'm looking at it going, oh no, you can't see the pencil lines at all. Okay, so we got an oval here and an oval there for his nose, and we're gonna do kind of a football shape over here for this eye. I'm gonna draw it all the way to the outside line, even though that's gonna be erased. So you can see what I'm talking about when I say football shape. All right, so that's that eye. And then this one's an oval. So far we've got 4 ovals. You know what? 2 more. One here for the inside of his eye. His pupil, as you call it. And one here for this pupil. All right. Then we're going to do his big smiley mouth. And that's like a moon shape. You see that? There's an arc that goes across the bottom and an arc that goes across the top. And then we're going to do a little connecting arc over here. All right. What else do we need? We need to draw this arc over here. Okay. And let's see. So let's see. Oh, we got to get his fur on the outside. So that's an arc there. And another little arc there. And another little arc there. And another arc here that connects back to his head. That's the fur on the side of his face. And then his ear is, we're just going to follow this arc up to here. And then we're going to follow from the head to the tip of his ear, connect that there. And then we're going to do a triangle back here for this ear. All right, and then we're going to do this little peak of hair over here, and that's Felix's head. All right, hope you're all seeing that. All right. Now Felix has his hands out on either side. And his arms, what we're going to do is we're going to go from over here is where his arm is going to end at his wrist. And over here is where this arm is going to end at its wrist. And what we're going to do is, because Felix is very symmetrical, which means balanced, we're just going to do that as a line that goes from one wrist all the way across to the other wrist. And you see, I drew it here because, again, we're going to erase some of this. But this helps keep things balanced. Sometimes if you draw through things, it helps balance things. It helps you keep your lines straighter. Instead of, if I wanted to do this eyeball and I come over here and I stop at this point and then I draw that little line. I could, but it's easier just to do it. Like this here is an arc that goes straight across. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing for his the lower part of his arms. Excuse me, but you're going to notice that the arc is flatter on this one. And what I mean by that is this one has this swoopy curve. This one's going to have a little bit less of a swoop. Okay? And the reason for this is Felix's arms get narrower, that's a tricky word, when they're close to his body, and wider when they get out by his wrists. Okay? So, there you go. All right. So now we've got his head and we've got his arms. Now we're going to do his hands. And the cool thing about hands is a lot of the time what you'll see people do is just, fingers. Fingers can be tough to draw real, but on cartoon characters, they're usually just kind of round and straight. The only tricky one is the thumb, because our thumbs aren't straight. They have that weird bend to them. Okay, so that makes them work the way they do. So what we're going to do is we have to make sure to get that bend on Felix's thumb. So it's kind of an S curve. Right? It's going to go like that. And then another curve here. See that? I'm going to clean that up a little bit. I didn't like that. Okay. And round at the tip. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. It's another curvy curve. That's his thumb. And then we're going to do an S curve out here. Right? You see that? That's it. It can get a little tricky. It's maybe a little hard to figure out. But when you think about it, if his thumb didn't have a bend, this would go like this, and then it would just go straight up, right? But a thumb has a curve. So that's where we make sure that we get that curve in there, and that's what we're doing here. Okay, so with practice, you guys will get it. Or maybe you got it the first time. I'm sure there's a lot of talented little artists out there. All right, now for his fingers, pardon me, for his fingers, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to draw an oval over here. Now you're saying, Mr. D, why are you drawing an oval if it's a bunch of fingers? Well, if you draw an oval first on something like this, where it's real simple, it gives you kind of a container to draw those fingers inside. Because this side is going to have that curve, and this side is going to have that curve, and then this side is going to have this curve, and this. So you've already drawn the top of one finger and the bottom of another, and now all you're doing is you're finishing up the fingers inside that oval. And just so you guys know, I got a little bit of allergies going on because I cleaned the studio and it got very dusty in here. Oh, and because I was in the walls pulling out silly toys for you guys to check out. But that's cool because I got a whole bunch of stuff to show you guys in later episodes. All right, so we got his arms, we got his head, we got blah, blah, blah. All right, now we're going to do the upper part of his body. Now, this is how I would do it. Just do a little curve here and a little curve there. If you want, like I was saying before, you could do that as an oval. And it's kind of an oval that's hiding because you're not seeing most of it. You're just seeing the little curves on the end. But if that helps you get your arcs right, just draw the oval. Because we're going to erase it. Don't forget. All right, now his belly and his booty. All right. This is all one circle. His belly and his booty are all one circle. That's his belly on this side. And that's his booty on that side. All right. Now, he's got straight legs that come down like this. So straight line, a straight line. And then there's going to be a straight line here. All right. This one's open in the middle. This is the area between his two legs where they kind of, right between the two. All right. So we got that. And now we got to do his feet. Again, more ovals. These ones are more like egg-shaped because they're going to be really narrow on one side. Excuse me. And then they're going to continue across and wider on this side. Okay. So there's that foot. And then narrow on this side and wider on that side. Let's see. Now his tail. Now his tail is basically just a curve coming off, right? But what we're going to do is you draw your first curve like that, and then you draw the inside curve. This also, getting used to doing this, it will also help you with like things like bubble lettering and other types of lettering. You know, if you get used to doing an outside and then doing the other side and then connecting them together, I'll have to show you some lettering sometime. That can be a lot of fun. All right, so there we go. There's your Felix the Cat. Remember, his head is oval, 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 moon shape, and then these little connecting pieces around the side. Okay, and then let's see, then we did his arms, and then we did his hands, and the oval there for that hand, oval for that part, circle here, straight lines to an oval and an oval, and then his tail that we do one curve, we do another curve, and connect them. All right. Oh, one more thing. I forgot. Felix also has a tongue in his mouth. All right. And the way you do a tongue is an arc and then another arc. Simple. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do here is just erase some of these lines, because like I told you, some of these we don't need. So all the ones we don't need, I'm taking out. This is Mr. Eraser's fancy brother, Mr. Eraser wearing a jacket. That's silly. Let's see here. All right. Erasers are so much fun because they let you do whatever you need to do and then fix everything up. All right, so there we go. There's our Felix the Cat.